more than a woman, more than a woman to me. I just wanted to talk about what it means to be a woman to me, and a couple of tips and tricks of the trade that I have learned along the way, and a bunch of things that I realized that I was doing completely and totally wrong, and how I have thus corrected them. Um, Off the bat, the first thing that I've done is stop wearing jeans. Jeans are probably the worst things that you can do to your yoni. Now I only wear dresses only, because I understand now that the womb is a breathing orifice, just like your mouth. Like you have your mouth, you have a vesica piscis here, it breathes. You have lips, downstairs. It's also a vesica piscis. We already know that's where all life comes through. So it's like you have to allow it to breathe as well. Like your whole body is supposed to breathe, but putting jeans there in between, like where you need to breathe, it's like wearing a muzzle over your mouth all day. It's like we're not doing that. So it's really counterintuitive to like disrupt your yoni's like auric field, because it creates a frigid woman. Like all of your energy and all of your heat, it starts at the reproductive area. So to chop it in half basically cuts off its circuit, and then it has less power to generate what it is that it needs to generate as far as heat is concerned, and then it desensitizes the yoni. So I've been the person that never liked anything up against my yoni anyway. I always wore loose jeans, overalls. Like people thought that I was, a tomboy, and of course I was, naturally masculine. But the main reason was that I didn't want anything to touch it. I didn't wear panties. I've never wore panties or bras. I only own one pair of panties, and that's just for my womb time, which I have got down to 2 days. So let's talk about that as well. My womb time, so-called period, whatever you want to call it, it went from 6 days to 2 days. So that in and of itself says a lot about the nature of the period, and why we're having these long periods is because we're completely and totally pushed outside of our balance and our instinct. Women aren't supposed to have periods in the first damn place. Any type of external hemorrhaging is just a sign of sickness. And we have been fooled into thinking like, yeah, this is just natural, just part of life. But ancient women didn't have periods. Like there are some tribes where you were like quarantined, if you started bleeding from your uterus, because it's considered a sickness. And if you think about it, it's kind of counterintuitive. You know what I'm saying? It's like your uterus is the powerhouse for all of the other organs, and it is like self-healing, self-cleansing. But it just shows the amount of abuse that we are putting it through, with all of the food, with the environment, with just simple things that we're doing against our true instinct, that has our uterus bleeding so profusely, so strongly, for so damn long. So what I did was I stopped eating flesh. First and foremost, I stopped eating flesh. I stopped eating all of the damn starch, because those were like the two major culprits that were making my womb time so excruciatingly painful and so damn long. I don't think us as women, we don't realize that the digestive tract and the uterus are like directly connected. You should really be able to see the direct connection whenever you are on your womb time, because it is literally like whatever it is that you eat is automatically going to affect however it is that your uterus feels. You're either going to feel great, or you're going to start cramping like a bitch after you eat. So it's like in every time that you eat, like even whenever you're not in your womb time, like if you're eating something that is so damn toxic that your intestines can't take it, it sends some of it to your uterus to process it. And this is why, women might have the unpleasant smells, or, the unpleasant discharge, just because your uterus is getting back the fuck up with toxins, because it's already having to send energy to all the rest of your organs in case they need some energy. It's already having to process and cleanse a whole bunch of blood, but now it has to cleanse and process a whole bunch of toxins from the blood that is getting from, the rest of your body, because you're eating too much dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that us as women, we really have to take into the account that we have to protect our wombs because we are the ones that are responsible for birthing new generations. And if the woman is broken, then the next generation is broken. If the woman is stressed, the next generation is stressed. If the woman is outside of her instinct, the next generation will be outside of his instinct. And we can look around and we can see that. So the main culprit is the food. Whenever you start to look at what it is that they're adding to these foods, as far as like carbon monoxide and parabens and metals and all other types of crap, your body is processing it, and your body's not happy, especially not your uterus. Your uterus is like, yo, like, why are you even treating me this way? Like, I'm up here doing all this motherfucking work because you've been drinking and now your liver's all fucked up, so I gotta send that nigga a ball of energy. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta send your kidneys a ball of energy. You know, like your uterus is the powerhouse for everything. So if you're not taking care of your uterus, then all the rest of your organs suffer. You know, just one by one, they all tumble down. So definitely take into account that starch is another main culprit that us as women do not understand that we have no use for, and we shouldn't be consuming it. Starch is in like a bunch of nuts or potatoes, or just starchy vegetables that we think are useful, like carrots. Like, if you just do the research on what starch actually is, it's a binder, it's an emulsifier. So when you have like one cell that wants to attach to another cell, but they are not compatible, then starch comes in the middle and says, oh, don't worry, I'll bind you guys together. And then it binds the two cells together and creates, the starchy, produce. So whenever it gets into your body, it's like your body says, okay, well, this is one cell and this is the other cell, but I don't even know what the fuck this starch is. So it basically processes it into a damn sugar, and, you get a bunch of parasites and shit sitting around in your intestines because you're not even realizing that what it is that you're intaking is literally throwing off your balance. So I know, that people say, oh, no, I'm not giving up my meat, not giving up my starch, oh, no, hell no. Well, we're not realizing that that's like one of the main things that's keeping us out of being who it is that we are supposed to be. So I just want to throw that out there. I don't want to get all preachy and shit like, y'all niggas better stop eating these damn flesh. Y'all better stop eating these damn, I don't want to do that. But I'm just saying that from my own experience, I stopped eating animals at the end of 2011. And then I've just started cleansing. I started doing parasite cleanses like every 2 or 3 months since December. And to watch my period go from 6 days of malicious hell, like a whole straight week of just, oh God, don't want to do shit, totally cramped up, all this other shit, to going to 2 days of me not really even feeling my uterus at all. Like, I don't feel it when it opens. I know when it opens because I'm now in tune with my uterus, but I don't feel it. I used to be able to no, what the fuck, but it's like now it's not the most painful thing in the world. It's not like an awfully unpleasant experience because I have cleaned up my filters tremendously, and I'm starting to cleanse them tremendously. I'm scrubbing them clean because I want all of the, the unhealthy, impure, infectious beast shit out of my universe or my body. So that has also helped me to understand and to realize more of what it means to be a woman, because a woman is not sickly, period. Like, whenever you're truly in balance and you're in harmony, then you're not like, oh man, what was me, what the fuck, you're not producing more testosterone than you are estrogen. Like, most women are very they're very imbalanced when it comes to their instincts and their hormones, because they're doing a whole bunch of things that they don't have any business. So it's like, I figured out as well that women are not supposed to be in a bunch of direct sunlight, namely from noon, whenever the sun is at its highest point, until like 4 p.m. We should just stay out of the sun during that time. Because the woman is magnetic. She's the negative energy. She is the nighttime flow. And the sun is everything electric. It's going to electrify the shit out of everything. It's going to radiate. It's going to magnify. So The sun is excellent for men during that time, but for women, it is not so good because it can throw off your balances. It can have you, spontaneously ovulating. It just like over electrifies and throws your system out of whack. So, most people don't like the sun any damn way because they're full of parasites. Parasites don't like heat. So, I know that a lot of women aren't out in the sun during these times in the first damn place. But it just makes sense now why you see like ancient pictures or, like just even throwback pictures of women with umbrellas, or they would have little bonnets, to make sure that they weren't overexposing themselves to a whole bunch of sun. Another thing is that we're not supposed to be around a whole bunch of strange men and be too close or too intimate with these men. So me being, the tomboy that I usually was or used to be, I was always around men. All of my friends are men, and I was always around them, dapping them up, ha ha ha, on top of them, playing with them and shit like that. But, like strange men, they give off, like pheromones that your body picks up on, and then your body says, some men give off such a strong essence that, it can literally like snap you into some type of fertility production, and you're not even knowing what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to say like, oh, quarantine all the men, get them the fuck away from you, this and the third. It's just like, well, if you know that you're going to be around a whole bunch of, like masculine hormone, a whole bunch of testosterone, that type of thing, you just like stay covered up, stay protected, and make sure that you are ready for that type of environment. So that's another thing that I've also figured out, that us as women, especially us melanated women, we got to stop with the perms, because the perms are literally giving us fibroids. If you look it up, like all of the melanated women, the black women, melanin rich women, whatever, we're all getting fibroid tumors because of the chemicals that we're soaking directly into our brains. So we have to start looking at our body actually as a body and not as, just an accessory or some shit. Whenever you're getting a perm, like the chemicals that you can't even pronounce, made by a person that has hair that's not like yours, they are soaking into your damn brain, getting into your bloodstream, and just traveling around and basically wreaking havoc, So we want to stay away from the perms. Like, since I've gotten rid of the perms, it's like I can feel the difference. I can feel the change in my energy and in my clarity. So it's like I don't even have to think long about something. It's like if I think about something, or if I even ask myself a question, the answer immediately just, like manifests itself. And I won't say that it's all in the hair, because I know that, most people are not, on that type of frequency, or not in tune with that. They don't give a damn about their hair low key, because they think that it's, something to look good, an accessory, like I was saying before. But it's not. It's actually very detrimental. If you're wearing someone else's hair on your head, you are in turn soaking up all of their experiences and soaking up their DNA into your own damn DNA without you even knowing. A lot of these wigs have formaldehyde in them, and you should just look up what formaldehyde is and what the fuck it does. That's not some shit that you want on your body, period. But the wig, it'll be put together with a whole bunch of, like glues and formaldehydes and all this other type of crap that you're literally gluing down on your freaking forehead, talking about a damn lace front, and then it's soaking into your brain and basically making you, like outside of your natural balance, is throwing off your instinct. You don't even realize or understand the implication of what it is that you're doing by putting someone else's DNA on your head. So, I'm not trying to say, like, oh man, you motherfuckers are crazy, don't do it. I'm just saying, like, it's something to consider whenever you put some chemicals in your hair to look like someone else. You know what I'm saying? It's something to consider when you look in the mirror and you don't want to see this. If this is what the fuck you actually grow regularly, naturally, and you say, hell no, that's ugly, that's negative, that's nappy, it's definitely something to consider. Also, I do not wear bras, and I think that no woman should wear a bra. If we were to really understand the body, then we would never wear bras, because bras are literally the function that's going to make your boobs sag. That's what's going to drag your boob all the way down, because your boob has now been locked in place. It doesn't have the the buoyancy to actually be a mammary gland is like just trapped. And then you're locking down your lymph nodes. So they're like lymph nodes, you know, everybody knows about these two lymph nodes because they're usually swollen from people eating a whole bunch of beast shit that they don't have no business. But you have lymph nodes all around your body. And the lymph nodes carry the lymph so that it can, you know, help to keep your body in cleansing mode, to put it, you know, in the most easiest way possible. You need your lymph nodes because they're going to carry all the beast shit out of your body. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep everything moving, keep everything well, get all your arteries pumping, all that good shit right there. But you have lymph nodes that are like directly up under your arm. And whenever you are wearing these bras, you are locking it in place. So now the lymph can't get into the node. It can't do what it's supposed to do in the node, in the titty. And then, to add insult to injury, we are shaving these underarms, as in like raping the pores, raping the underarm pores, taking all the hair out of it. The hair is literally here to feed the lymph nodes. It's supposed to feed information to the lymph nodes, just like your hair on your head feeds information to your brain. I know, you know, that like most people are like, whatever the fuck that means, bitch, whatever, because that shit looks nasty. That doesn't look like what a woman should look like, because we've been conditioned to think, you know, that a woman is supposed to have, you know, no hair up under her arms. So I have realized that whenever you cut the hair off and then you put in this bullshit deodorant that is full of aluminum, you are literally asking for the breast cancer. This is how the women are getting the breast cancer. They're shaving their underarms. They're putting in this horrible aluminum, this toxic aluminum that is known to cause freaking cancer, into the lymph node that is already locked down with the bra. What else is your boob gonna do but get cancerous, dude? A cancer cell is nothing but a square cell. So whenever your cells are operating and in good function, they're circular. But then whenever they start saying, oh shit, man, what the fuck is going on? You know, they start clumping together and turning square because they don't understand why they're not getting the treatment, why they're not getting the movement or the oxygen that they need. This goes with all damn cancers. You know, it's really only one sickness, and that's just like too much impurities, too much mucus, too much bullshit in the body. But you know, they come up with all these cool words to separate your mind into thinking that one cancer is different than the other, but it's not, you know. But in being a woman, we have to take responsibility for being a woman, and we have to understand that a lot of the things that we have been taught to do is just retarded. So definitely, like, get rid of the bras. It doesn't matter what anyone says about, oh, I can see your nipples. Oh my gosh. Like, dude, you know what nipples are for? They're to feed babies. They're not for you dudes to be looking at like, oh, yeah, now I'm lusting. Oh, well, yeah, I wouldn't have been lusting if you would have covered up your nipples. Like, I don't care about that. If you know anybody that has known me for a very long time, they will always say that they have always been able to see my nipples. Who gives a fuck? You shouldn't be looking at my damn nipples anyway, because they're not for you. I don't have any children yet. That's who my nipples will be for. You know what I'm saying? But like, have the audacity to wear your own self-esteem, and to understand that a lot of the things that we are told to do as women are simply counterintuitive. We don't have any business, you know. What else is it? I think that's essentially what I wanted to cover, and cover it without getting too preachy, because it's like I feel strongly about all of these subjects and topics, but I don't want to come across as, girl, you better burn up that motherfucking bra, and if you get another motherfucking lace wig, bitch, I'm gonna choke you. You know, like, I don't want to do that. But I just want to let women know that whenever you're putting on the jeans, you're cutting off the circulation to your yoni. That's going to throw you out of balance as a woman. Whenever you are putting on the bra, you are basically locking down your mammary glands that need to move around and have the buoyancy. So that's going to throw you out of balance as a woman. Whenever you are putting the weave and gluing it onto your scalp, and gluing the wig onto your forehead, and then putting the perm all in your hair, that is obviously going to throw you off of balance as a woman. And it's going to turn you into one of these other motherfuckers. You know, it's just like the makeup. The makeup in and of itself is like a complete and total slap to your skin's like whole existence. Your skin is the biggest organ of your body. It doesn't get acknowledged as the body because it's on the outside of the body. So think about that. Think about how much of mind fuck that is, that the biggest organ that you got, you don't even consider an organ. But then more importantly, your skin is full of pores. And pores is another word for portals. So these are portals that go straight to your internal organs, your internal muscles, your bones, your blood, everything. Like the pores are, the gateway. So it's like if we're not playing guardian and we're not saying, well, hold on, let me see what is in this lotion. If we're not looking and seeing what is actually going into our pores, then we can't act like we're so surprised whenever the sickness comes. We can't act like we're so surprised whenever we're not really functioning in our instinct, So it's like we don't know what's in that makeup. I have a great idea of what's in that makeup. I already know it's made up of like parabens, aluminums, aborted fetal cells, all types of dumb shit that people don't want to hear about. But whenever you're putting this into your skin, it's like literally soaking into your skin and it's aging your skin faster. And then it's pissing your skin off because your skin is like, yo, like I got all of these microorganisms that are here to protect you and to eat up the bullshit so that it doesn't get into your internal organs, and you're gonna put it dead on me on my face though. You know what I'm saying? Like right here so it can go to my brain and then have me acting like a motherfucking retard. Like why are you handling me like this? So the makeup is definitely an insult as well. And us as women, we have to realize and understand that we were not doing these things, like we adopted these things really from men, because men were the ones walking around with these heels on and had these powder wigs and this face paint and all this other shit. And us as women, that was not, that's not of our inclination, because we have a more tender essence, and we are very sensitive to our environments. We're very sensitive to what we put into our bodies. Men are as well, but women are especially sensitive because we have a higher responsibility, because we are the beings that make more beings. Like the whole map of all energies, masculine and feminine, are found in our mitochondria. So it's like if we have that type of responsibility, then we have to hold it sacred and keep it cherished. Like now I don't even wear heels. I stopped wearing heels as well. And anybody that knows me from like way back, like I used to stay in a pair of heels because like I always wanted to be taller. So I'm 5'6", but if I put on the 6-inch heels, like you're not gonna say nothing to me, because I'm coming through that bitch and I'm swinging, nigga, you can't even fuck with me. But then I started to realize like these heels are made out of metal, especially the ones that I was wearing. I always wear the platform heels, and the metal scraping up against me walking on concrete is sending electrical sparks directly to my damn uterus. So that is what is going on with these women. They're walking around. Not only are they, teetering around and imbalanced because they're walking around basically on the ball of their feet, but then they're walking on, substances that are inorganic, that they cannot quantify, that are essentially metal, and the metal is sparking up against other metal and sending sparks all through the body and throwing the body off balance. So I was like, oh shit. Like the only time that I wear heels now is for a photo shoot, because I'm not walking around. I'm just taking a picture and I'm like, oh yeah, don't these look sexy? Yeah, check out these heels. And I low-key miss wearing them, but I don't miss them just simply because I can understand and see, I can feel the difference. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. To sum this up, because this shit is getting long, I do not wear the jeans because the jeans make my yoni cry. I do not wear the heels because the heels also make my yoni cry. They make my ovaries get over electric and get pissed off. They start spitting out eggs everywhere. Like, what are you trying to do to me, bitch? I do not wear the makeup because the makeup is full of basically cancer-causing chemicals that will age the shit out of your face. It's like your diet. Your diet can be your makeup. If you stop eating the dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, your diet will literally make your face look immaculate. I got a couple bumps up here, but that's from my womb time, which was only 2 days, and I have all of these changes to thank. I do not get the perms, obviously. I've only been natural for like 3 years, but the difference has been immaculate. I do not wear the bras because the bras are demons from hell. All these things are synagogue of Satan. I just want y'all women to know that shit. This shit is from hell. Throw this shit back to hell where it came from. Let that shit burn up. Devil, I rebuke you. Satan, I rebuke you. This shit is some bullshit. Oh, and I do not do the deodorant. Like, find you some deodorant that doesn't have that awful aluminum in it. I'll link a link of the deodorant that I was using whenever I first, switched off of animal flesh to eating plant-based. It's called Crystal, I think. But it's like an actual, like, crystal salt. You just wet it and then you apply it, and it's not nearly as strong as that fucked up deodorant, but it definitely does the trick until you transition to a plant-based diet, because no one tells us that chlorophyll is a natural deodorizer. They say, oh well, plants ain't got enough protein, the flesh does, and then wonder why we're all walking around here smelling awful. Like, I don't do the perfumes either. The perfumes completely and totally throw you out of balance as well. Perfumes are full of like alcohols and like low-key like shit they put in Lysol. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit that you would like clean off some wood with, they put it in a bottle and add just a couple more toxic ass ingredients and say, oh yes, here is Paris Hilton's can. And then I was sitting up there spraying that shit on my body, not knowing that, it's going in my skin, it's soaking into my skin, and then it's going into all my organs saying, what are you doing? What the fuck is this about? Shit, But I'm saying like, oh yeah, I'm smelling hella good. Y'all ain't even motherfucking smelled this Paris Hilton yet, bitch. Fuck with me. But it's only because I smelled like death from eating death, So once you change your diet, you don't smell bad. So now I smell like mangoes and pineapples and shit, low key. Oh, pineapples are a great fruit to eat for your yoni if your yoni does start to, smell like church's chicken and shit, because you won't stop eating Popeyes and you got your shit leaking, all types of flagrant discharges. You might want to just get some fruit. Fruit always does the trick. But yeah, as a woman, we have a greater responsibility to take care of our beings. And now that I'm fully coming into awareness of that responsibility, I am bent on sharing tips to help my sisters to live up to that responsibility as well, because the nation will only rise as high as a woman. And so it's like we have to rise up one day. You know what I'm saying? So before you ingest it or you apply it on your skin, just look at it. You have to be your body's guardian. So it's like whenever the guardian is out to lunch, then all types of bullshit starts happening to the body, and you essentially turn into somebody that you never thought you would be, So definitely start checking these labels, and if you don't trust it, make your own shit, because that's what I've definitely started doing. I make my own everything that I can make, and then I'm just trying to step up the levels of what it is that I can make, so I can make more, and essentially be self-dependent, because that's what true sovereignty is. It's self-sufficiency. So this is too long, and I love you ladies, and burn the bras already. Let them nipples fly. We love to see nipples turn up, because women are awesome. Infinite love.